It's not very interesting to be at our country house in January when there is no snow. It's kinda a boring season. The plants are asleep and there is not much to do outside. But we still come here from time to time just to check on the house, whether everything is okay. Tommy usually works and I am able to find quiet moments for a bit of a relax. But this time there was an unpleasant surprise waiting for us right after we'd arrived.
Guys, we just arrived at our country house and we see some things flowing out of our fridge.
There is blood.
It looks like our fruits in the freezer. And Peter's dad actually called us or texted us a few days ago when he was here that our freezer doesn't seem to be working or it was turned off or something. And he was supposed to fix it, or he turned it on again, or cleaned it here and said that it's working.
Yeah.
But it looks like there is some issue again.
Now there is mess again. So let's take a look.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
everywhere.
Okay.
Looks like our sour cherries. I don't know, I don't feel colder inside.
So
Oh. Yeah, it's not frozen, I guess. There's still some
ice,
snow or ice, yeah. But it looks like it's melting.
So it's definitely not working correctly.
But it's on.
Yeah.
So I guess the fridge is broken or the freezer is broken or something. I'll close it for now. We'll have to check it and maybe we lost part of our fruits. If you're wondering why I'm in my winter jacket, we don't keep the heating on when we're not here because it's expensive. So it's only 8 degrees at the moment. We turned it on, but it will take like the whole day to get it up to 20.
Yeah.
So at least I have an exercise. Keep myself warm.
My dad was here. When was it? 3 days ago or 4 days ago? And he texted me that something is going on with the fridge and with the freezer because it was already flowing. But when he was leaving, it seemed to be working. So we were like, it's going to be okay. It was just something temporary, but obviously not.
I'll try to take the maybe red currants out. It's possible.
Okay. So it's interesting. It's partially frozen.
Yeah, it is.
So it's somehow working, but not correctly.
I bought new bags, which are made for fridge and freezer. I wanted to put it there so it wouldn't leak anymore. This is better material
Yeah.
than those. It's definitely cold because my hand is freezing, but it's like half defrosted or something. This is better. It shouldn't leak from this bag.
Okay, so we cleaned the fridge
Wow, it looks like new.
and the freezer as well. It was a team effort. And now we are going to put these bags back in. Let's hope it works at least partially.
We'll take them back with us to the city, right? When we're
Yes.
leaving.
Yes. We are leaving in 2 days. So we would like to keep it fresh.
Edible.
Edible. Yeah. Okay, it's working and fingers crossed.
We have a new food dehydrator, which is much bigger than the old one. This is the one which we were using previous years. It looks so tiny right now. And this is the new one, which we are going to try for the first time. You can take out each of the layers and you can work on it and then put it back in, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to put the fruit in the way we did with the old one. And especially with apples, it should be much better, because with this old one we usually could fit in just like 8 apples or something like that, and it was immediately full. So when we have a lot of apples, we have to spend every night doing another batch. And this way, with the new one, we should be able to do a lot at the same time, so it will be much quicker.
Yeah, I am curious to see how many apples will fit in there.
And I'm curious to see how long it will take us to fill it in.
Yes, that too.
Because with this one it was like 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this one will be more like 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm always cutting one apple into quarters, and then every quarter 4 slices. When it's a small apple, then 3 slices. Yeah, there is a system. You want to make sure that the thickness of the slices is at least similar. I feel like a total professional already, because we've been doing this for years.
Years and years. 3, I think.
Yeah, so this is like totally, I'm an expert.
It's nice when you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
For a change.
It is, yes. We are not such beginners anymore as we were at the beginning. We are still beginners, but advanced beginners. We are done. It took us 1.5 hours.
Which is okay. It's what we expected.
Yeah.
And we used exactly 50 apples. So that's 6 times more than what we could fit in the old dehydrator.
Yeah, and your estimate at the beginning was on point, because you said 50 apples.
Yeah. The last layer. It looks so fancy.
Yeah, it does.
There are different instructions on the internet, how many degrees you should set and stuff like that. But we will try 55 degrees Celsius. And I will set it to 8 hours.
So you can set the temperature and the time.
Yeah, and it should turn off on its own. And the old one didn't do that. We had to turn it off in the morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
Let me try how loud it is.
Not loud at
Wow.
all. So this is our first time. We'll see if the temperature and the time countdown is correct. Tomorrow we'll see, and then we can adjust the next batch.
Yeah, we'll have to learn again, like beginners.
Yeah.
The dehydrated apples are ready, I hope. At the end, it took about 11 hours, because we make quite big pieces, at least some of them. So the big ones are rather chewy, and the small ones would be more like chips. So we prefer chips, but actually the standard in our country is the chewy one, from what I know when we got this from other people. So we'll see. I hope I will have enough glasses or something where to put it, because it usually consumes a lot of space. And we still have a lot of apples from last year, so a lot of the jars and stuff are still occupied.
good?
Tastes the way I remember it.
Okay.
Since I still eat the ones from last year, so it's the same. Very good. And the main advantage is that if you dehydrate it, then you don't need any additional energy to keep it available for you, to store it. Because we put some fruits in our freezer, but the freezer is already full anyway. And you need electricity, obviously, to keep it frozen. So this is a nice and, I guess, cheap way to have apples available all year round.
Yeah.
So this is how much space we needed for one batch at the end. It doesn't look as much, but it's a lot.
Yeah, this will last quite a long time, right?
Yeah, I think this will last us for a couple of months at least.
Yeah, cool.
As you can see, all the snow is gone and it's quite warm, unusually warm for January. So it feels like it's March or something.
Yeah, it feels like spring is coming, but it's not really.
Yeah. You can see the lawn is not very green. It's still the last year's grass. So it looks a little bit sad. This is the sad part of the year, which we don't like so much, so we would prefer snow.
Yeah.
And we were checking if there are any holes after bowls, and there are still many of them, so I guess they are thriving underground. But we are hoping that during winter their numbers will naturally decrease because they don't start reproducing until March or so. So we are giving a chance to the natural predators to take care of them.
Yes.
We'll see in spring.
And now we are going for a walk. The
But
sun is shining, but yeah, look at this. It's very muddy,
yeah,
but we are going anyway. So wish us luck. Because this is not very convenient.
and it usually stays wet until spring, right?
Yeah,
So if there's no snow and it doesn't freeze, then it's really hard to go outside.
yeah, it is. Mainly here in the fields. But it's really unusual to be this warm and sunny.
We had a new record on New Year's Eve. The previous record was 6 degrees Celsius and it was 14.
14
In
we
Brno.
went for a run in our shorts, so that was something. That was totally new, very unusual, extreme. Maybe the winter already exhausted itself in December when there was so much snow.
And November.
Yeah, and now it's very tired, so no more snow, no more frost. I don't know.
It's not as bad as I was afraid. You can go around the mud and it looks like we'll be able to continue our walk.
Yay!
You don't have to turn around.
Yeah, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket.
We made our way into a forest because there is no mud here, so it's much more pleasant now. I was wondering what it would be like to own a piece of forest. So I was reading a bit about it, but there are so many responsibilities. It's a lot of work to own it because you have to take care of it, and you are instructed by government or someone what kind of trees you have to plant in there. You have to prevent illegal chopping of trees and stuff like that.
So that's your responsibility to prevent it?
Yeah, but at the same time you are forbidden to put a fence around it. You have to keep it accessible to public.
Great.
So it's a lot of work, but it would be nice to own it. For me, I would enjoy being part of making the forest better, because we have spruce trees everywhere, or mostly spruce trees, because they grow up quickly, so they could be chopped down for wood. and I would enjoy planting what is supposed to be there naturally. I would have a good feeling about that.
Yeah, that sounds good, but otherwise it sounds like a nightmare. Like, there are just responsibilities, but you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, like if you think that you would build a house in the middle of the forest, that's illegal.
Yeah. If it were possible, we would do it immediately.
Yeah.
Like, in the middle of the forest, no people anywhere in the vicinity, that would be dream come true. But yeah, it's not allowed here because these forests everywhere in our country are accessible for everyone. Guys, something exciting is happening. Fog is coming.
Wow!
Like, it's coming totally onto us. It's there, can you see it?
It's so exciting.
It is. So, in a few minutes, for you seconds hopefully, you'll see how that forest there will disappear. Mark my words.
Don't go anywhere because I've never seen anything more exciting in my life.
It is totally interesting. Like, it's coming from that direction. And the fog is here. I was right.
Oh my god, it's so amazing.
It is. Look at that. But you can't see anything. That's the whole point. Ta-da!
Nothing. Enjoy, guys.
Look, our country house is almost not visible.
And more of nothing.
Our country house is disappearing. I'm a great meteorologist. I knew it.
You did?
Yeah, look, the forest is gone. Guys, it's magic.
Or science. Or nature.
It's everything.
Having fun?
I am. Weather is great. Freezer update.
Yes, let's check the freezer, how it's doing. We put a thermometer inside to see if it's freezing. And it is minus 15, minus 16 maybe. It's fluctuating. I saw minus 18 before, you saw minus 12. But that's normal. What matters is that the fruits are frozen, solid.
So it looks like it's working.
At the moment.
Yeah, but there is no trust in this freezer anymore.
We'll continue checking it, but anything can happen.
And we were leaving. We decided not to risk it, so we took some of the fruits to the city with us and we kept the rest here, but in another freezer. In the small house there was one more fridge that my parents had bought, and there was also a mini freezer in it. So we used that one in hopes to avoid another disaster, and we thought we would keep testing the old one next time we were here. Little did we know that the problem lied elsewhere. 1 week later, we figured it out. There is an update about our freezer and problems with the freezer. Last time we kept the fruits in the freezer in the small house, but when we came back a few days later, it was again half frozen, half defrosted.
We realized that the issue might be that it's too cold here inside the house when we are not here, because we don't keep the heating on to save money. And we were reading about it and we realized that fridges and freezers function correctly when there's normal temperature inside. Because our fridge with freezer has only one compressor, which is used for both. So when there is almost no temperature difference between the fridge and the inside of the house, then the compressor doesn't turn on because it doesn't need to cool down the air in the fridge, and therefore it doesn't cool down the air in the freezer either.
But the freezer needs it, so there is the problem.
So we would probably have to keep the temperature in the house higher to create a difference.
Which we are not going to do, because that wouldn't be financially the best. But the best variant is to buy a new freezer. And that would be stand-alone freezer, so then it wouldn't matter if it's too cold in the house.
Which we wanted to do anyway, because we expect more fruit coming in. And our freezer is already so full in the city as well as here. We will have to buy a bigger one anyway.
Yeah, so that's the future. Anyway, don't forget to give us a like and see you guys next time. Bye!